Hi guys, it's Carolyn with Crafting with Wine, and I want to share another 12 by 12 2-page scrapbook layout for my Disney album. And oh boy, it might be Mickey. So I've got my base layer laid down, and I know the colors might look a little funky right now, but I think they're going to come together very well, or at least I have my fingers crossed that they will. So this red layer is 12 by 12. This blue layer that kind of looks like a watercolor print is 11.5 by 11.5. And then this giant green gingham pattern is 6 inches by 11.5 inches. And then I have a piece of green grass border here that I'm going to bring in, and it is 11.5 inches wide. And all the measurements I'm going to do in what's the wide, and if I manipulated it differently, I will let you know, because I kept everything locked and then just did wide. And the grass border comes from the Wrap It Up cartridge in Cricut Design Space, and it is cut at 11.5 inches wide. And I had just changed the tape in my tape runner because I was out. So we're going to hope it cooperates during this video. And I'm going to lay it, if you can see, it has this like long rectangle that goes across before the grass starts, and I'm going to line the top of the rectangle here up with the top of my gingham piece. Right like so. Starting to come together a little bit, don't you think? Already. So, and then let's see, which piece do I want to do next? I am going to bring in Mickey's house next. And Mickey's house, let's see, it was, and all of the Mickey images come from the Mickey and Friends cartridge, and I just realized a week or so ago that these cartridges have now been retired in Cricut Design Space. So I'm sorry about that, wasn't expecting that to happen. So if you want any of these images, you're going to have to find an unlinked cartridge. If you're using any of the Explorer model machines, and you can find those on eBay, but they will cost a little bit. They will cost a lot. But you have to make sure they're unlinked so you can incorporate them or upload them into your design space for any Explorer model machine. And Explorer also includes the Maker. And my house was cut at 9.97 inches wide. I did some doodling on it with my black glaze pen and my white jelly roll pen as well. And I am going to pop it right down here in the center of my page. And I didn't glue down or adhere any of the little grass pieces because I wanted them to pop in front of my page as much as possible. Okay, but I don't want it to hang off the top of my page, so that's not going to happen. I didn't measure well enough for that. So I'm going to put it right there, right on top. But I also have a fence gate that I cut. Again, it comes from the Mickey and Friends cartridge, and my fence gate is cut at 5.05 inches wide. And I'm going to put it back here, so I'm going to put it down first, and I will put the grass in front of it. You know, you just have to have a Mickey layout when you're doing a Disney scrapbook. Don't you agree? And I'm going to let it overhang the blue piece a little bit over onto the red, but I don't want it to hang over the red because I don't want to cut any of it off. So, and all of my pieces, everything I have cut here is all paper pieced. Nothing is print and cut on this image or on this layout. I'm sorry, it's kind of late at night and I've had a long day at work today. So I'm talking a little blah blah blah, so to speak. Blah 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 is a language, right? I hope it is, because I do that a lot. Okay, I think that's centered up pretty well. And on the door handle for the door, I did use a flat back pearl, and I used one of my brown Copic markers and colored it. You can do that with any flat back pearl or crystal or bling. You can use your Copic markers and color them. So that's what I did there to give it a little more dimension. And then I have the sidewalk. Again, this is cut from the Mickey and Friends cartridge, and it is cut at 7.90 inches wide. And I want to put it right here, and I'm going to lay it down flat as well. Oh, my ATG gun is very squeaky. I don't know why it's so squeaky. And I'm lining it up to my green layer down here the best I can. And I don't mind that it doesn't come all the way up to the house. I didn't want it to. And then I have my first photo mat that I'm going to lay down. And this is a 3-layer photo mat. And it will hold a 4x4 photo. The black layer is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. The yellow layer is 4.5 by 4.5, and then the off-white layer or vanilla layer is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and it will hold a 4x4 photo. And I'm going to have lots of photo mats on this layout. Lots for me, that is. And I am going to place my photo mat right down here on the left-hand side. And obviously I am working on my left-hand side layout. My next image that I'm going to lay down is Mickey and Minnie, all lovey-dovey. And I've inked around all of my images, or all of my cuts right now. And my favorite ink is Vintage Photo, the Distress ink called Vintage Photo by Tim Holtz. It's my favorite. It's what I ink around for everything. I've inked around all of the house layers, all the paper layers in the house that way, and the fence and the sidewalk and my photo mats. The only thing I didn't ink around is my grass and my background layers. I have Mickey and Minnie here, and they are cut at 6.85 inches wide, and they are so cute. And I inked around all of their layers too, and I've got them popped up on foam tape, and I'm going to put them right down here. And I obviously didn't do anything on their tails because it's too thin, and I'm not really worried about them because they will be going in a photo album, obviously. So let me pull the backing off of this, off of Mickey and Minnie, and then oh God, you guys don't need to see me pull all of this foam tape backing off. So I will just pause the video right here and come back and show you once I get it put down, and then we'll go right on over to the right hand side of this 12 by 12 2-page layout. Okay, I got Mickey and Minnie laid down, and I think this is making a great first page layout. And you see all of those funky background layers that I made have actually come together and look pretty cool, I think. And then I did doodle all over Mickey and Minnie. I don't know if you can see all of those doodles or not, but I did. And I doodled all over the house with my black glaze pen and my white Jelly Roll marker. So that's the left side of this layout. So let me pull this to the side, and we'll bring over the right side of the layout. So the same layers for the right side, the red, the blue, and the green, with the same dimensions, obviously. I have another fence gate or post cut, and I am going to put some adhesive on the back of this with my ATG gun. I'm going to put it right here. I have a tree that is also cut from the Mickey and Friends cartridge, and my tree, oh, I forgot to write down the measurements for my tree. If I remember, I will put that in the description box below, but I will tell you that I cut off the base of the tree by 1.5 inches. So that's, oh, I can't believe I forgot to write down that measurement. Oh my goodness. Oh, please. If I forget to put that in the description box below, somebody leave a message and let me know in case you want to remake this. You'll have to have the Disney and Friend cartridge to do that, obviously. But if you want to remake it, please leave it down there so I can tell you. And what I'm doing is going by the border on the top and the bottom and lining it up with the red of my 12 by 12 page. So there we go. I have another grass border, the same grass border, and I'm going to line it up the exact same way. Again, it's cut at 11.5 inches wide. Missed that end a little, so I'm going to get some adhesive there. And it goes right there. Okay, my next thing I'm bringing in is my title, which is Mickey, and Mickey comes from the Mickey and Friends cartridge. He came with a big star over the eye, but I chose to ignore it and not use it. Don't need to or want to. And I cut it at 7.23 inches wide, and I did tons of doodling, faux stitching around the letters of Mickey, and I have him popped up on foam tape, and I actually thought ahead and removed all the backing. And I am going to put my title right here. I think that looks pretty cool. Then I have another photo mat, again 3-layered photo mat that will hold a 4x4 photo. I'm just going to put some adhesive on here. I'm going to put it right there. Then I have another photo mat, and this holds a 4x6 portrait photo. Again, the same 3 layers. Get my adhesive on here. And I'm going to put it right about there. And then I cut Pluto, and I did quite a bit of doodling on him as well. Isn't he so sweet? And Pluto is cut at 6.08 inches wide. And I'm going to lay Pluto down flat too. So the only thing popped up on dimension on this 2x2, oh my goodness, 2-page 12x12 layout is Mickey and Minnie and the title Mickey. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this layout. I know I had tons of fun making this layout, super tons of fun making it, and I've left Pluto's tail completely unglued. He sits on top of this photo mat, which means there's no issue with the photo fitting under there at all. And his tail will be fine once it's put in the photo sleeve of the album. So I have both of my pages here Obviously, they don't fit in my camera because I can't get it zoomed out any further than what it is. But I'm loving this layout, and I hope you guys do too. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks a million for the comments and the thumbs up and the subscriptions. It means the world to me, guys. Thanks so much, and mwah! Cheers.